Okay, I'm educating on this because it's something I think we need to take into consideration. Now, I'm talking about chemtrails, geoengineering, or the scientific name, stratospheric sulfide aerosols. Now, people have been saying they've been spraying a lot over the last few days, and I have noticed there's been a lot of crap in the sky. But there is something we need to take into consideration, and if we don't take this into consideration, we will be cast off as fucking chemtards, right? Because there is something natural going on as well right now. Okay? Now, chemtrails, or stratospheric sulfide aerosols, were discovered from when a massive volcano erupted. I'm not sure where it was, what bloody volcano it was. It was back in at least the 80s, 70s, 80s, something like that. And they noticed that once this volcano had gone off, there was like a cooling, and they got these weird clouds. And the humidity was trapped underneath the clouds, as well as without the cloud content, it gets cool. Well, stratospheric sulfide aerosols are the actual things that chemtrails are. They are stratospheric sulfide aerosols. The technology comes from a volcano erupting. That's where they discovered how to do it. Okay. Now this morning, I'm going to put that footage on after here. You'll see footage first thing in the morning, the perfectly blue sky. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that well because I don't know what the shutter speed was like, but you can see that there is crap in the atmosphere. Now, the last time the Icelandic volcano went off, which was a different one last year, we had quite weird sunsets and sunrises. Due to the levels of dust in the atmosphere, it creates like spectacular views, like chemtrails do. They do create pretty sunsets. Anyway, a volcano went off on the 22nd of May, and there's a lot of clouds in the sky. There has been a lot of this bullshit with some things not being able to travel due to different layers of fucking dirt in the sky, etc, etc. But stratospheric sulfide aerosols are naturally coming across England right now, right? So what's coming out of that volcano is having the same effect as any geoengineering going on. Yeah? So any aircraft that flies through the atmosphere where a volcano thing is, and there's still aircraft up there, not necessarily international going over the seas, you know, through certain flight paths and whatever else, their contrails and natural contrails are going to cause a serious cloud because of the fact that the temperature's so cold. Okay, so there's a combination now out there of natural stratospheric sulfide aerosols, natural ones. Okay, it's possible the government are still doing a small amount of geoengineering, but I am convinced the chemtrails that you think you're seeing right now and the stratospheric aerosol cloud fakeness that you see in the sky, especially in England, obviously not in another country, but in England, is part natural and possibly part geoengineering. So anyone who's posting chemtrail videos now while this volcano is going on, be careful how you reiterate that, because otherwise you're going to get people going, well, you know, you obviously don't understand how chemtrails work because, you know, they were discovered and you know, the technology comes from a volcano erupting. Where were you last week? A volcano erupted in this country. You're just going to become, you know, cast off as idiots. Yeah? Because currently there is natural stratospheric sulfide aerosols in England's sky. There may be geoengineering going on as well, but you can't prove that. Not while there's a natural phenomena hanging over our sky. So you all know I know geoengineering exists. You all know that. I've you know, I'm not saying they don't engineer the weather, because they do. But I can't sit here and say they're doing it this week, especially when I know for fucking sure there's natural stratospheric sulfide aerosols in the atmosphere. It's also a known fact that contrails in certain conditions do cause serious clouds. And we know this. Yeah, more probably in the winter. Now, if stratospheric sulfite aerosols cool the higher temperature, it's quite possible that more serious clouds might turn up naturally from aircraft. And it's something that you all need to consider when posting about chemtrails this week. So remember, chemtrails are a natural phenomenon that have been, you know, they were created. The geoengineering experiments or geoengineering studies were found from watching what happens when a volcano erupts. Yeah, newsflash, a volcano erupted about a week ago, quite near our country. Okay, yeah, just thought I'd better reiterate that because I don't want to be cast off as someone who doesn't actually understand how geoengineering works. Okay, peace, love and light. I thought I'd better point that out. Okay, bye. Hey YouTube, it's currently at 6:05 in the morning. I'm just getting ready for work as it happens. But can you see how blue the sky is? There's a slight hint of crap over there as well. But we go into the kitchen. You'll see that there's perfectly blue skies. As you can see, there's a little bit of haze kind of here. But perfectly blue skies. Yep. Now, you can actually see volcanic ash if you like. Kind of here. It's not one plane of the sky, but yeah. Stratospheric sulfite aerosols produced by volcanoes, which is what chemtrail technology comes from. And there happens to be one that's gone off in Iceland producing the same sort of effects that chemtrails have on occasions. So I'll show you the sky later. I've got to get ready for work. Okay, peace and light. Sky from this morning. It's now 2:15. As you can see, it's all white and out there. Right, let's go to the back of the flat and look to where the sun is. But there's something I need to point out, because this is the combination of a few different things. You can see clouds are actually forming.